Let me know if the music's too loud. It seems a wee bit loud at the moment, but... Is that me that was late or you that was late, mind? Because if you can't be late to your own party, when can you be late? Hold on, I will be back in 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I definitely pressed that button a bit too early. I wasn't quite ready. But ready now. Celebrate! Hello, happy Tuesday. How are you doing? Are you having a good day so far? Feel a wee bit flustered. Today I felt like I was on top of things. I had got everything organised, everything sorted. And then it came to about 4:45, and I thought, nope, I definitely could be more ready than I am at the moment. But I think I'm there now, so it's all good, it's all good. It's here, it's early to tell. Well, that is early. And it's quite early for some Chinese food, but maybe lunch? Maybe for lunch by the time I'm finished, it'll be about lunchtime. Yum, fried rice. I love fried rice. And fried rice is one thing that I can't get very often at like an actual Chinese restaurant because they always put soy sauce in it. And soy sauce obviously isn't gluten free, so they'll do it for me sometimes, but they'll just not put the soy sauce in. And it doesn't taste of anything. It's basically just boiled rice. So I make it myself sometimes, not very often, but I do make it sometimes, so I do really enjoy it. So, and I'm a big fan of sweet and sour sauce. And again, I think it's soy sauce that's in that as well. Yeah, it must be because I've literally got the recipe here. Yeah, so soy sauce is normally in sweet and sour sauce. So obviously that not being gluten free, I can't have that either. So this is like a little treat to myself. Lilith, how are you today? Are you having a good Tuesday so far? I'm good, thank you. I'm just trying to zen myself currently. Running about like a bit of a maddie. But we're all good. We are all good. Julian, hello, happy Tuesday. Hello, Jennifer, happy Tuesday. How are we all today? How are we all? I'm loving the use of the emote. The next two are still pending. They'll be here eventually. Okay. Well, now that I've got my bearings, I feel like I've calmed down slightly. I can get started. What do we think of the new setup? Do we like this part here? I've moved my cameras about a little bit as well because I felt like every time I was switching the cameras, one of the cameras would be like over my head or they just weren't placed in the best place. I'm hoping that they'll be better today. If you have any comments, let me know. Not too bad. Yes, I'm not too bad either, thank you, Jennifer. I'm a bit flustered because, yeah, it was like 5 to 4. Oh, nope, not ready yet. And then I pressed the button to go live and I thought I've still got like 6 things to do, so fashionably late as always. What I need to do is get one of the little timer things on the first screen that I've got. If I put a little timer on, I feel then that you've got more of an idea of how long I'm actually going to be. Plus it gives me like a deadline that I have to be here by that time. But I've not figured out how to do it yet, so that'll be the next thing. So I think I'm going to get started. If I had been more prepared, which of course I'm not, I would have already made the rice because we want it to have cooked and cooled before we make the fried rice. So I think it's going to be a bit of a freezer job probably, and that's probably not allowed, but we just won't tell anyone and no one will know. So yeah, just going to make some rice. I'm going to make it in my fancy machine because I can just go seem a bit quiet. That's good to know, thank you, Jennifer. Hold on. Is that better? I don't want to deafen you. It's not moving anymore. Hold on, is it maybe the... Right, is that better? In general, music better? Voice better? One of these days I will get the levels right. Funny because like when I did it last time it seemed okay. And then I didn't change anything. And then it went quiet today, so I'm not quite sure what the problem is. I've just seen my t-shirt's a bit by me. Good, better, that's good. Yeah, so as I was saying, I'm just gonna make my fried rice in my kitchen machine over here because it can make it perfectly and I don't have to touch it or do anything with it. I just fire it in. 20 minutes later, I've got nicely cooked rice. So I'm just gonna do this in the background. It's quite loud though, that's the only thing. But it makes my life easier, so hopefully you won't hear it too much. And how is everyone's week going? Is everyone having a good week so far? Let me just see. If you like cooking, but like cooking to be a bit easier, then I would definitely say this is an investment piece, this Thermomix, because it's pretty much been life-changing for me, to be honest. With the background music, it's difficult. Oh no, right, hold on. If I put it down just a tiny bit more, that made any difference at all? Maybe that? It probably won't help with my accent either. But hopefully you'll be able to follow along, okay? Being on training, so much fun. That sounds like a great week, Jennifer. Gotta love a bit of training. Hopefully it's at least some interesting training. Like training for something interesting. Right. Just firing this on in the background and then we can get started on the rest of it. And it's weird, I don't really know why, but this recipe calls for olive oil in the water when you're making the rice, but I've never known to put olive oil in, like if you're just cooking rice in a pot, I wouldn't normally put olive oil in, but I've used this quite a lot, this recipe, and it works really well, so I'm just going to go with it. And I think what I'm going to do is make a bit extra rice, because I do quite enjoy a wee rice salad or something. So if I make a bit extra, if I make a bit extra, then I can make a rice salad over the next few days. I've now put too much in that the thing's probably going to explode when it starts cooking it. Training for your new job? Oh, nice. Oh, learning about genetic testing and research at a cell computer. That sounds impressive. Has been interesting at times. That does sound interesting. I can imagine a lot of things that would be a lot more boring than that to learn about. Hopefully it's not been too dull for you. Right. Okay, so I'm really hoping this isn't going to be too loud. Hopefully my microphone will be able to drown it out. Where's the wee top bit for it? Is that going to be loud and annoying for 20 minutes? It's probably going to be loud and annoying for me. But no, it doesn't look like it's picking it up, so that's good. The group tasks. When you're working from home, group tasks must be a bit of a, what's the word? And not an adventure, a challenge. Hopefully they're okay though, and you've got a nice group. That's the main thing. That's scale and rice cooker. Well, girl who bakes. I think it's technically called a kitchen machine because it does loads and loads of different things. Hold on, I'll show you it properly. I'm gonna stretch over here. So basically that's what it looks like. So it's got the bowl here, and then you've got your little instruction touch thing here, and it connects to the Wi-Fi, so you can get loads of different recipes, and it just takes you through all the steps of it. So it can do loads of stuff. So it can do like a rice cooking. You can make ice cream in it. You can steam stuff. You can cook stuff in it. You can chop stuff. You can make soup. What else? Yeah, I mean it's a slow cooker as well. So it's basically meant to be like an all-in-one kitchen machine. So that if you don't have a lot of space for 15 different kitchen gadgets, you can just have that one, and I love it. Like, it's definitely an investment, but the amount of times I've used it already, plus it makes the nicest risotto, and I absolutely love risotto. But it's one thing that I wouldn't really make for myself because I was thinking it's quite difficult and it's a bit of a fast because you have to like be there and stir it all the time. But that you just stick it all in and it stirs it for you, and it is delicious. Lots of different nationalities. That's good fun though. I like that. And then you can learn some different things from people. Untitled Cooking Kitchen. Hello, happy Tuesday. I hope you're well. Thank you for joining us. Oh, thank you very much. I do like my kitchen. Oh, that's cool. It is very cool, to be fair. Yeah, it's a German product. So it started in Germany, and I think they're quite big on their kind of gadgets and stuff over there, and it's good there, and I think it's quite big in Poland as well, and it's becoming bigger over here. UK product. It's not just UK mink, but I'm not sure if you can get it in the US. Hold on, let me check. I think you actually can. Well, it's called this. So that's what it's called. If you Google it, it does look like it's available in the US. But as I said, it is an investment, but I would recommend it. I really, really enjoy using it. Plus, one good thing about it is I feel like this has turned into an advert for this machine. But I feel like it stops me ordering so many takeaways because it makes the cooking so much easier. So instead of being like, oh, I could get like a pizza or a risotto or something from the Italian, I'll just say, well, actually, I could just make one in 10 minutes and that, save money, and it'll probably taste nicer anyway. So yeah, definitely worth it. Love gadgets. Yeah, that's the thing. Untitled Cooking Kitchen gadgets can always take up so much space. And I'm the same, like, I really like all the different kind of gadgets you can get. I like my next one, I'd really like to get a waffle maker, which sounds a bit random, but a waffle maker or a donut maker. But again, it's things that you use once in a blue moon, and then you have to find somewhere to put it. So, yeah. So, anywho, after that product placement, not that I'm getting paid for that or anything. I think my next thing I'm going to do is make a start on the sweet and sour sauce. Opponent Trash! Hello, hello! Oh, thank you very much for your bit, Trash. That's very kind of you. How are you today? Are you having a good Tuesday so far? Let me know if I'm shouting, but this machine in the background is really loud for me. So I feel like I'm shouting, but I don't feel like you can actually hear me. Okay. Get a little pot. So I found a recipe just online. I've never made sweet and sour sauce myself before. So I just found a recipe online, and it was one that I happened to have all of the ingredients for, which is always a good thing for me. So I'm gonna give it a try. The one thing that I thought seemed a bit strange was that they added food colouring to it, just to obviously make it that really red colour. I don't have any food colouring, so I'm not gonna add it. Because surely it's the taste that's most important. So we'll see what colour sweet and sour sauce actually should be, which will be interesting. I'm having a no food day. That sounds alright, Crash. I mean, it is a Tuesday after all. Hopefully your week gets a bit better then. Don't ever use donut makers. Oh, so do they fry donuts or do they make baked donuts? And are they able to shape them themselves if they don't have like a shaper? I do love a donut. It's been such a long time since I've had a donut. Macaron! Hello, happy Tuesday. How are you? I will DM you after the stream, I promise. I completely forgot because I've been playing about with the backgrounds and stuff. So I will do that after the stream. No, me neither. Cooking Kitchen. So for Easter this year, because I had quite a lot of time on my hands with the whole lockdown and everything, I tried to make like dyed eggs. So I just boiled the eggs and then put them in food colouring and tried to like dye the shells of them. But because I don't really like food colouring, I tried to use different natural food colourings. So I used beetroot, turmeric, what was the other thing? Oh, and like a berry powder, and it did not work at all. So I was I thought, oh, this could be really cool, but didn't work. So I'll need to rethink that. But also I think it was because I used brown eggs rather than white ones. So yeah, but yeah, food colouring. Although now I say that, I'm actually using food colouring in one of my recipes on Sunday. Purely because it looks really cool. But that's the only time I'll do it, I promise. Good. I'm glad to hear it. You can bake and fry it nice. Oh, I could go a donut right now, actually. Yes, Macaron, I did see the recipe, and those cookies look incredible. They look quite like fancy. I feel like if you made them for people, I think they would be quite impressed. I'm definitely going to try and make them. I'll need to have a proper look at the ingredients, and I'll maybe make them as a dessert on the stream one day because they look so good. So thank you very much for sharing that. Okay, I've written down my recipe so that I know what I'm doing. First of all, I'm going to dig out. When I saw this recipe, I thought you need pineapple juice from a can of pineapples, and I have had a can of pineapples in my cupboard for longer than I would like to disclose. Thought that's ideal. I can get rid of my can of pineapples. Then we'll make a dish and then use a small bowl and a spoon to dig out a hole. Ah, okay. Small bowl and I'll need to try that. Yeah, I've never tried making gluten-free donuts. I can imagine they would be okay as long as you got if you get them fluffy enough. Right, this might get loud because the pineapple is right at the bottom of one of my tubs in here. If I thought about it, I would have got this out before, but As we know, I'm not the most prepared of people. I literally just did a panic attack. I thought, after all that, I thought, I've eaten the pineapple. I didn't check before I came on, and I thought, this whole recipe is based around tins of pineapple, and I don't have them. I found them, they were right at the back. I just found 2 cans of sweetened condensed milk that expired 2 to 3. I mean, if they're closed, like, I'd still open it and give it a sniff and see if they were okay. Because that's it, like, in the olden days, they would keep cans for forever, really. Because that's what they say, it doesn't really go off, it's like a recommendation or a suggestion the date anyway, so. But yes, you did nearly have a panic, but we've got 2 tins. I'm not sure how much I need. A cup, so I'll see how much I get out of each one of those tins. I might only need 1, but we'll see. Cans are meant to last, exactly. That's the whole point of them. A cat waiting to get in. That's just because I felt bad throwing them out. I'd still try them. I'd definitely give it a go. Come on in. Come on. Come on. The cat's taking a mick out of me. There we go. Right. Sorry about that. Okay, so I need my fancy cup measurer things. Okay, so we want a cup of pineapple to begin with. So I'm just gonna empty this out into a bowl and see how much liquid we've got. I used to absolutely love pineapple in a can, but it's been so long since I've eaten it. I thought if I make this, then I could serve it with some of this, or I could just have it as a dessert, which I think I'll probably do rather. Oh, and I'm getting some ice cream delivered later, so I could have that with my ice cream. It doesn't really go with chocolate ice cream, but okay. So how much are we getting from each can? Yeah, I need both. That's like half a cup. I'm really excited to try this because I feel like I always expected sweet and sour sauce to be more complicated than it obviously is. So, could be a bit of a revelation, this one. I'm just so glad I found the pineapple. I was actually in the cupboard like, oh no. The stream would turn into, come to the shop with me to buy pineapple juice. Which could have been fun too. Okay, I've not got quite a cup. I've got about 3/4. But that'll have to do. Unless, there's a bit more, hold on. Let me see. There's a bit more coming off the pineapple in the bowl. So I will see if I can extract a bit of that. Chef Roe Blake, nice. I like that name. Is that how you say it? Chef Roe Blake? Chef Roe Blake? Oh, Chef Rob Blake. If you see it in one word, it's quite hard to read. Chef Rob Blake. That makes a lot more sense. Hello. Happy Tuesday. How are you? Thank you very much. I do like my kitchen, I have to admit. Lovely to have you here. Are you having a good Tuesday so far? Today we are making sweet and sour tofu with egg fried rice and some sesame beans, because that was all the veg I had. So green beans, not like baked beans. That would be weird. Right, hold on. I'll switch this over so you can actually see. I'll put this one on this. Yeah, I'll put it there and then you can actually see it a bit better. Right, and then to that we want to add brown sugar, vinegar, ketchup and tamari. So now I've got a lot of pineapple to eat later. So are you also a streamer, Chef Rob? Or are you a chef in a restaurant? And if so, what kind of restaurant? Whereabouts? Tell me about yourself. Okay. Brown sugar. I think I might have used all my brown sugar. But I have coconut sugar. I'm just going to use that. Because it did say that you can use like alternative sugar. Because I can't find this cupboard is an absolute disaster. One of these days I'm going to come into the cupboard to get something and just not come back out again. No, I found it. Never mind. I streamed too. Oh, nice. Not so much right now with the kiddos from. Oh, of course. Yes. That does make everything a bit more interesting, doesn't it? It's definitely been an interesting year. But hopefully you're enjoying it. Yeah, definitely. Narnia covered. That's literally what's going to happen. Oh, and thank you very much for the follows, Carbo, Chef Rob, and Untitled Cooking Kitchen. Much appreciated. It's lovely to have you all here. Oh, I got changed. I do love a good camera angle change. It's just to try and keep you on your toes. Right, a third of a cup. Welcome. Yes. So this is always just, so yeah, I am not in any way, shape or form a professional cook. I am a food blogger. I've had a food blog now for almost 5 years. I worked it out earlier, almost 5 years. And it focuses on people with intolerances, dietary requirements, basically because I have IBS myself and I have to eat a gluten-free diet. I'm gluten intolerant to a lot of other things, and it's just, I like to just try and include everybody in things. That food is so amazing that I feel like everybody should be able to enjoy it. So that's basically my mantra. Would that be a mantra? Yeah. And I often have disasters in the kitchen, and most of the time they are now on stream. So yeah, I'm definitely not a chef. So if that's what you're expecting, I'm sorry. I try my hardest, but I'm not quite there. Yes, what kind of things do you stream, Chef Rob? Is it all cooking? I'm gonna have to come and watch because I love a cooking stream. Right, I'm thinking because I needed technically a cup of pineapple juice and I only had 3/4 of a cup. I'm gonna just reduce everything down slightly. So I think that'll be enough brown sugar. So that's just over half a cup. And I've just done kind of half and half brown sugar and coconut sugar. Mainly just because I wasn't quite sure which to use. So I'm just using both. And then we'll just get rid of these. And the next thing is rice vinegar, ketchup, and tamari. Oh, it's warm today. I don't know if it's warm where you are, but all of a sudden it just feels really warm. I'm not used to it. And then what was the other thing? Tamari. Okay. So then we need 1/3 of a cup rice vinegar. That's quite a lot of rice vinegar, but we've got enough, yeah. That'll be fine. 1/3 of a cup. This only does in quarters, but I think that should be about enough. I need to add rice vinegar to my list. Oh, no problem. Have a good class, Macaron. It was good to see you again. Thank you for dropping by. Cooking meal prep, nice. I love a bit of meal prep. I wish I could get into it a bit more. I'm not very disciplined when it comes to cooking. I'm better now that I'm streaming stuff. But I am one of these people that I do find quite often I'll think, what do I fancy today? Or I'll prep something, or I'll have like a plan, and it'll come to that evening and I'll kind of go, want something else, or I've got this in, so I'd rather have that, and then it all just goes to pot. So rice vinegar, ketchup. No worries, Macaron. 3 tablespoons of ketchup. I'm intrigued to see how this looks without the food colouring, because it always does look very red, but there's not a huge amount of ketchup in it. So I'm thinking that it might be a more of a kind of brown colour. But we'll see. And then we want 2 tablespoons of tamari, which is basically just a gluten-free soy sauce. I think it's actually Japanese, so like soy sauce is Chinese, tamari is Japanese, I think. Heard that somewhere. It might be a lot of nonsense, but okay, that'll do. And before I put that on, I'm going to put my rice in the fridge because we want it to cool down before we think of what container to put it in. I'll just leave it where it is. Yeah. So we want it to cool down before we fry it. Where's my spoon? Come on. Yeah, so that should be... So the rice has been on for 20 minutes. And it's got a little bit of bite to it, which is fine because obviously we'll fry it off with some other bits and pieces later on. Thinking if I spread it out, maybe if I put it on a tray, it'll cool down quicker. How quickly do I need it to cool down? I'm not sure. No, we'll just put it in like this, it'll be fine. If I've got space, actually, that's the next problem. I do! That makes a nice change. Okay, back to the sauce. So that's all of the stuff that goes in it just now. And then we want to bring it to a boil. And then once it's boiled, we're going to add some cornstarch to it, just to thicken it up a little bit. Oi, excuse you. Oh, right, okay. Omego, yeah boy. Something like that. Hello, how are you? Happy Tuesday. Thanks for joining us. I hope you're well. Just gonna tidy up a little bit. I'm getting better at the whole tidy as I go. I always end up in such a mess, but I'm getting better. Thank you very much for the follows, Files Jay, and yeah boy. I'm just gonna call you yeah boy because that's too tricky. Cheers. Thank you for that. I did need that actually, so that was good. Yeah, so if you've just joined, today we are making sweet and sour tofu with egg fried rice and sesame veg. And I'm also making a mess, if you can hear that. Oh, sounds quite Alex. Okay, I wouldn't have got that from your name, but thank you. How are you today, Alex? This is looking interesting because obviously, I mean, it doesn't look too strange a colour, but when I saw that the recipe said to add food colouring, I did think, what are we going to end up with if we don't add the food colouring? My wife is gluten free. Oh, is she celiac then, or is she gluten intolerant? Yes. Well, that's what I'm trying, and I feel like I know myself, because I'm gluten intolerant, that gluten-free cooking is not the easiest and it can be quite frustrating a lot of the time. So what I kind of try and do, not always deliberately, is I have the fails for you. So I like to kind of try out new recipes and to try out things that are a little bit more tricky maybe and see if they work, and find recipes that work well for gluten-free or come up with my own recipes. So make 2 meals per day. She's gluten intolerant as well. Okay. Oh, for goodness sake, that's, yeah. See, that's, I suppose I'm probably quite selfish when it comes to that, but I'm very much, if I'm cooking, if you're eating it, you're eating gluten-free. I have to do it for my tummy. So, and I think, I mean, most of the time, I don't think there's really anything that I would make that somebody would go, oh, what's that? not that I'm aware of. I've not been told that anyway. So yeah, so hopefully I'm able to come up with some new recipes for you. I've got my blog, hold on. There we go. Yeah, that's the other thing. It can be really expensive. So that's also another reason why I like to try and come up with recipes that use ingredients that are like just kind of straightforward. You don't have to buy gluten-free pasta or gluten-free bread because that is expensive. So yeah, I've just posted my website there. So there's recipes and stuff on there if you want to have a wee look. Hello, Bob. How are you today? That's absolutely fine. I wasn't planning on using that word today anyway. How are you doing? Are you having a good Tuesday? No worries, Files. I hope that gives you some kind of inspiration. I would, if you like curry, I would thoroughly recommend my katsu curry recipe. And again, you'll need a little bit of gluten-free flour, but that's all. Thank you, Jennifer. Cheers. Right, so apparently we have to bring this to the boil. And then I want to add a cornstarch mixture. I can feel this being a... Are you just going to redeem that every stream, Buff? Right, I'll turn that down a wee bit. Oh, I love curry, so yes. I'm on Discord. I can't... Unfortunately, I had to stop links being sent in the chat because the very first one that I got broke my complete stream. So I've got a Discord, so if you want you can pop it in there, or you can just DM me it. I can have a wee look. Oh, tired or fragile? But good for you. Was that for the restaurant, Buff? I'm very pleased to hear that you got that sorted. That was really good. That'll be a relief for you. Okay, so I'm gonna make a little cornstarch mixture doodah. Hope I've got. That smells really strong. And I can't decide if it's in a good way or not. We'll see. Yeah. Oh, that's good. That deserved to be celebrated. I hope you had a good wee night. So for this, apparently we want 1.5 tablespoons of cornstarch with 2 tablespoons of water. And I'm going to try and not get this absolutely everywhere. I feel like corn flour is much worse for that than regular flour. I always end up in such a mess. Yeah, I think that'll do. And then 2 tablespoons of water. Oh, thank you, Files. I'm glad to hear it. That's very much my baby. I've been working on it for a long time, so. Oh, good. I've made the naan a few times and it actually is really nice. It's not quite the same as a regular naan, obviously, because it's so difficult to try and get that kind of fluffy texture, but that's the nicest that I've found so far. So yes, if you do try it, let me know how you get on, because I'd be very interested. Okay, so we want this to be boiling again. I've turned it down too low as per usual. Buff, we're gonna fall out today, I feel. Peshwari naan is horrific. I don't understand how folk can eat that. Like, fair enough as your dessert, but why would you want a naan with like coconut and stuff in with a savoury curry? It makes no sense to me. Especially when you've got the option between a Peshwari naan or like a cheese naan or a garlic naan. Right, the cornstarch is going in. Hey, Eaterin, how are you? Happy Tuesday, lovely to see you. Oh my god, that's getting so thick so quickly. Oh, nice, good breakfast choice. Well, hopefully mine will be as nice as yours is. Almonds. Because it is almonds that's... It is almond that's in Peshwari. See, I don't eat it, so I never can remember what's actually in a Peshwari naan. So, I'm just gonna... I love a korma, but that's different to Peshwari naan. Because it's not sweet though. But I do love a korma. But I can't see when you get like the different. Yes, I know, Buff. But the thing is, right, a korma is not sweet. It's definitely savoury. And then when you get some places, you'll get a korma and they'll put like mango or fruit or nuts and stuff in it. I'm not okay with that. It has to be a standard creamy, coconutty, salty korma. And then with that, ideally I just want some chips because I'm a bit of a weirdo like that. Hey gang. I know, I'm sorry. I'm very particular. That's just weird to me. I don't know what it is. It's just it's too sweet. It's too sweet. And I feel also that if you have a korma with like rice or a regular naan or chips, that also makes the korma more savoury. Wait, maybe that's what it is. Maybe like that shifts the balance. to a place that I don't enjoy if you add too much more sweet with it. Yeah, so we're never going to go for a curry buff then, because we'll just fight. Right, so actually, if you can see this, this is exactly the kind of consistency that I was looking for. It's still a wee bit thin maybe, but I'm going to leave it for a while. I've just realised I forgot a step. That's annoying. What I wanted to do was, so apparently when you're making this, you can, before you add the cornstarch, you can use it as a marinade. So that was going to be my idea. I was going to marinate some of the tofu with a little bit of the sauce. But I got too excited and added the cornstarch too quickly. So that idea's got out the window. So I'm just going to pan fry the tofu, because I think that'll be nice anyway. And then we'll just serve the sauce on top. So yeah, so it's not red. Can you see the colour? Not really. It looks a lot darker on the camera than it does in real life, but it's definitely not that red. But it still looks quite nice. I'm going to try it in a wee second. Kashwari, it goes well with the Rogan Josh. I feel like a Rogan Josh, as long as it's not too hot. Coconut. I like coconut, I just don't want it in my naan bread. I don't have a problem with coconut. It just doesn't belong in a naan. Cheese or garlic belongs in a naan. That's quite nice. It could do with something. I'm not sure what. I think it maybe needs a little bit more vinegar. I'm going to try just putting in, I've almost finished my rice vinegar, so I'm going to try and put in just a little bit of white wine vinegar. I might regret this. But we'll see. No risk, no fun and all that. Because it's very sweet at the moment. I just realised that. And then I'm making sweet and sour tofu. Like Buff, I think you just have to try and not understand me, because you're fighting a losing battle here. Right, what do we think about this now? Let's see. Yeah, no, now I think about it, I'm quite fussy when it comes to things like that. Like, I like a lot of things individually, but as soon as you start mixing stuff, I'm not for it. How do I feel about pineapple on pizza? I don't mind it. It's not my favourite, but very occasionally I'll get a craving for Hawaiian pizza. So yeah, I definitely don't mind it, and I wouldn't judge either way. But again, that's sweet on savoury, isn't it? So I think my problem really is just personally with a Peshwari naan. There is no reason to it, I just don't like it. Because I can't even think what else is in it to make me really upset with it. I know, I'm sorry. Oh, that's better. Yeah. So add a bit more vinegar to your sauce. I am sorry, Buff. But yeah, I think that's it. I think I don't have rules. I just have things I like and things I don't like. No, yeah. I just think, like, I think it's maybe just a curry. It's like, I like sweet and sour Chinesey stuff. I don't mind pineapple on a pizza. trying to think what else it is. But yes, then as soon as you add, if you've got a curry and they add like pineapple or what else, mango or even nuts and things, raisins. I hate when you add raisins to things, but that's a whole other issue. If we ban a word, what happens if you say it? That's a good question, actually. I feel like I should have some kind of a forfeit. If you can think of a reasonable forfeit, let me know. I like chutney. And yeah, and then if you had like a caramelized onion chutney on some cheese, that's kind of making it sweet again, isn't it? And then I quite like a chunk of cheese and a chunk of pineapple. I'm just one big contradiction, Buff. Oh, you hate pineapple? Oh, that's sad. See, I really like pineapple as a fruit. Buff, no, because I couldn't even just order one. I'd have to physically make it myself because you don't get a Peshwari gluten-free naan. And that's a lot of work. Yeah, no, I feel like that's too much. I'm still uneasy about eating fruits with my cheese. Yeah, I think it would only be pineapple for me. I'm not a big fan of figs, so figs with cheese is a bit weird. Ideally though, it would be a pickled onion. A pickled onion, oh that's true, grapes and apple with cheese. A nice wee cheese board. Oh, see now, I'm confusing myself now. I'm questioning everything I stand for at this stage. Right, I'm so lost as to what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah, that's what you should do. You should make yourself a little cheese platter, Ethan, and get some grapes and some apple, some pickled onions, although they're not sweet, but they're delicious. That makes a lot of sense, actually, girl who bakes. Yeah, and then just to round off that circle, just have a glass of wine with it as well. Just in the right place. Ish. Ish. Not that it's going to be that interesting anyway, because I'm just going to chop up some tofu. Oh. Right, hold on, I said that before I saw that, so from now I'm not allowed to say it. Oh, this is going to be a lot harder than I was thinking. Right, but we need a forfeit because I can't do the Peshwari naan. I can't do it. And actually I've just realised I think I've shot myself in the foot with that, because does that mean that I can't say that word for the rest of the stream? Because that's going to be very hard. I should have put a timer on it. That was such a rookie error. Oh, does it? 5 minutes, thank goodness. Okay, right, hold on, I'll set a timer. I'm not allowed to say the word of this soybean block. Spoonful of spice. Oh, I'd rather do like a spoonful of lemon juice or something. I mean, if you really hated me, I could do a spoonful of sriracha, because that stuff is rotten. Right, do we reckon a spoonful of lemon juice? It'll be fine anyway, I'm not going to say it. I really have to think now. Pie to the face. A gluten-free pie? I've not got any pies though, unfortunately. I'd quite enjoy a wee pie. The thing is, I'll probably get to a stage where I'll just stop talking, because I'll be like, if I speak, I'll say the word. Oh, it's horrible, Buff. I mean, to be fair to sriracha, I've not properly really tried it. It's more the smell than anything. I have to see. Right, it was not, I can't take credit for that. It was one of the pre-written ones. And I just thought that's great. I like that. I really like that idea. Can you tell I was playing about with all my stream stuff the last couple of days? Doing well so far, but I definitely feel like I've got quieter because I'm properly concentrating. That's what I'm thinking. It's a soybean block. But it's a nice big soybean block. So I've cut this big soybean block into smaller soybean blocks. This could get a bit ridiculous. Buff, that's a bit harsh. Come on now. Only because I don't like Peshwari naan and sriracha. Soybean blocks, yummy. Oh, this is tricky. See, now all I need, Ethan, is your little drop thing, because that is genius. I absolutely loved that. It was so much fun. It's actually torture. It's really, really hard. When I saw it, I thought that's such a good idea. But now that I've actually done it, it's taking all of my might to not explain what I'm doing. Right, I've kind of tried it. I've tried it in like sriracha. Thank goodness it was only 5 minutes, because I've tried it in sriracha mayo and I didn't like it in that. And it was just the sauce in mayo that I mixed together. It wasn't like the bought one. I didn't like that. The smell of it is just rotten. Right, okay, no, that's fair. Okay, so the first time, if you can get me on the don't say a word thing, the first one I'll do is I'll have a teaspoon of sriracha, just for you, Buff, okay? And then I can confirm that I don't like best uses on like a doner kebab or a stick kebab for the barbecue, because I've seen it on like doner kebabs, but yeah, with that I'm all about the garlic sauce. Right, so now we have prepared our soybean. Oh, I nearly said it. Soybean, little blocks of soybean stuff. Thank you, Turin. But best on doing them. Okay. Yeah, if you can catch me out, I'll try a teaspoon of sriracha. Soybean squares. I love how this has turned into... Buff is just furious at me for everything. Girl Who Bakes thinks it's hilarious, and he turns like, look at all these other words I can give you. I'm quite enjoying myself. Oh, I love chili con carne. But to me, right, I feel like, 5 minutes, yes. I made it. 5 minutes is up. Tofu. Yeah, I feel like I love a chili, and I'd be really upset if it ruined it. I would try it on a little bit. Just a little bit. Just to be fair. Because yeah, no, I appreciate that. I think that's like, if people say, oh, I don't like that if they've not tried it, then that's nonsense. So yeah, you got me there. Anywho, I'm so lost today. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this stuff. I need that. I'll see how my rice is doing, and then we can start thinking about the egg fried rice. Of that and soy sauce on rice. So just sriracha, soy sauce and rice. Okay. Because that's a nice quick and easy dinner. what we're doing with the tofu. We're tofuing the tofu on the tofu, exactly. And then a bit more tofu. So if I had thought this through and hadn't got a bit carried away, what I wanted to do was take the, yes, that's a lot of times. Did you do it again? Have I missed something? Yeah, it went off. It went off before I said tofu, 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 tofu. I'll need to get a louder timer. God, that would be a lot of sriracha then. Yes. So, if I'd thought about it, what I wanted to do was take a little bit of the sauce out of the pot and put it in with the tofu to kind of marinate it a little bit to get a bit more of the flavour. That didn't happen because I got too carried away. So I've just chopped it up and we'll just fry it off just not long before we serve it. So the next thing I want to do, I'm definitely gonna do that. I'm gonna get a louder timer so that you don't think I'm cheating. I'll get more play. That's okay with me. You'll come on the next time and I'll have changed all the channel points to it's like 100,000 before you can ban a word. Okay, rice. I've got a feeling I've just given you an idea for the next word. Okay, that's still quite hot, so we'll prep the other stuff for it first. Right, hold on, that's leeks, that's not what I want. I don't usually eat sriracha. And are you enjoying it, Eaterin, or do you wish you hadn't done that? I'm sure you're enjoying it though, because I feel like you're a spice fan. So funny how everybody just has sriracha. Not bad. Yeah, I've got a feeling that's how I'm going to feel about it, as long as I don't have to smell it. So I've just got, I'm going to keep the fried rice quite simple, and I'm just going to put in some chopped up spring onions. I'm considering peas. Is that allowed? Some places you get them in it, some places you don't. And it's really the only time I'll eat peas. I'm not a huge fan of them, but I don't mind them in a fried rice. Or pea and ham soup, like Casey was doing last night. I can eat them like that, or in fried rice, but I don't really like them just on their own. So I don't know, I'm undecided about that. But they'll go in right at the end anyway, because they're just the frozen ones that'll stick in. And then maybe little bits of carrot, maybe. I think I've got some carrots, I might do that. For a bit of colour. Hello, Jennifer. I really wish we could use my other emotes already, but patience. Someone that speaks French. Oh, there was a French speaker in earlier, but I'm not sure. Hold on. Lilith was here. Don't know if she's still here. I don't think she's still here. She was here right at the beginning and she's a French speaker. Apart from that, I'm not sure. What kind of video you want to translate? That sounds interesting. The emotes were up. What, my emotes? Because that's still the old one, isn't it? Yeah. Right, get rid of all the dirt. I'll stick that over to the side, and then I want to get I'll get a bowl out, and I'm just gonna chop up. So I'm gonna chop up spring onions. I'll chop up some. I'll do some garlic. I'll do some carrots. Yeah, I think that'll do. It's been a long day. I know the feeling, Jennifer. I know the feeling. But it's almost evening. What time is it? 5:15. Emote. Can you see the other ones, or is it just that one? The muffin cupcake. A muffin cupcake. I don't really know how that works. I mean, I'm not much of a baker, but not the temperature or time for baking. I mean, I think literally everything I make, I put it in at 180 degrees. I know that's probably wrong, but wait, literally everything I ever make, 180 degrees, it'll be fine, and then just watch it. Oh, thank you, Eaterin. I'm quite pleased with them myself. Yeah, see, right. So that's where I kind of mucked up, Jennifer, because I got the 3 emotes done when I could, so that I had one for each tier. But then, because you lovely people subscribed, I got another 2 emotes. So I then moved the 2 that I put in tier 2 and tier 3 into tier 1, so that everyone in tier 1 had 3 emotes. But because I did that afterwards, they're still pending. So those 2 will be available at some point for tier 1, and then I'll get new ones done for tier 2 and tier 3. It's all very complicated. But yeah, they should be there soon, hopefully. When I was a child, I didn't understand the difference between muffin and cupcake. I mean, there will be like some kind of a scientific explanation for that, I would assume. Girl who bakes, hopefully she can enlighten us. I suppose is a muffin normally bigger? Muffins, I would think a muffin's bigger and more like hefty. And then a cupcake's more like light and fluffy-ish. I know, that is a good emote. Is that yours, Buff, or did you get that from somewhere? Yeah, I'm not sure what the difference is. I'd be lying if I'd just be making something up, but I think that's all I could think of. That a muffin is a bit more full on. And then I suppose a cupcake's got more of a flat top to put icing or something on. That's not an emote, it's a selfie. It's a mini Buff. Ah, okay. So which one's fluffier, or is that not really what it comes down to? Alright, what else did I say? Garlic. Cupcakes are usually cream, butter, and sugar. Ah, okay. And what effect? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, does that actually have any effect on like the texture or anything? Oh, how did you lose your hat, Buff? That's sad. Is that the ones on Casey's chef jacket. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought there was that much of a difference either, to be honest. I think I would probably say more if a cupcake, like if it had icing, it was a cupcake, and if it didn't, it was a muffin. Muffins and cupcakes. Yeah, because you'd think muffins would be bigger. That's what you need to do, Girl Who Bakes. You could do that in one of your streams. Do like a detailed comparison of muffins and cupcakes. I would watch that. Oh, that is rotten, Buff. Yeah, that does not sound like it was a great trick for you. No icing would be a muffin, yeah. You can have mini muffins. Oh, that's true. Who would have thought that cupcakes and muffins would be so complicated? No, I have never had a muffin with icing either. No. Been into birthday yeah. That's what you should do. You should do like a little stream and compare the difference between the two and have Buff to narrate it all. I think that would be genius. I'm down. I think that would be a very special broadcast. Ah, yes. Like a lemon drizzle muffin, or is that a cup? Would that have been a cupcake? Oh, see, we've opened a whole huge can of worms here. Too cockney. Yeah, you would need subtitles, Buff. Ooh, you could like layer them. A cup fin, or a cup fin. I think sounds good. And see if you could tell the difference between the two layers. A cup fin. Yeah, you'd be exhausted after a couple hours streaming, trying to do your posh voice. Muff cup. Muff cake. I like cup fin. I think that sounds good. Wouldn't they have to bake different times? Oh, that's a possibility. That's a possibility, I'm not sure. We need like a pastry chef or something in here to help. You guys are into something. We definitely are. There's something in the works here. Yeah. No, I think that's why we stick with cup fin. That sounds like the most appropriate. The thing is, we'd probably end up doing it, getting them made, and then be like, it's just a muffin. It's literally just a muffin. Of course. Yeah, see, that's it. Girl Who Bakes, this is just made for you here. I expect to see this stream very soon. Get Purple Coffins in on it. Yes. You would be up for it too. I think we're going to do some kind of a I don't know how it'll work. I think we're going to try and do some kind of a, like a cook-along, a Scottish cook-along.
Oh my God.
Maybe for like Burns Night or St. Andrew's Day.
But guess who popped up on the Yo Gabba Gabba?
I need to speak to her about it actually, but that's the initial thinkings. I think that'd be good fun. I do like cooking with people. I feel like if you could do this like as an actual cook-along, that'd be good fun. She bakes really good stuff. Yeah, she is good. See, that's my issue. I'm not good at baking. So I feel like I might let the side down. I mean, I'll give it a bash. I can't promise much. Especially with the gluten-free, I just like, oh, my muffins didn't rise again. I'm so sad. If you give me some time, Girl Who Bakes, I can practice, and then I'll be with you on it. Doing that in there. Well, there we go. We've got our audience already.
This may seem like a stupid question, but is breast milk vegan? Can I call you back in a bit? I have to Skype my lactation.
Oh, I'm being stared at. What is it? Okay, what else do I want for my fried rice? I think just some garlic, which I can put in nearer the time. The sauce is looking good. It's thickening up a bit more. So I think once that cools, it'll thicken a bit more as well. I don't think I want to do anything more with it at the moment. Right, what else have I got? I'll prep my beans so that they're ready to go when we start frying as well. I had a cook-along once in the stream. I got in a Discord video call with everyone muted. Had them in the background of the stream. And did it work, Puff? That sounds really cool if that would work. Because that's what we're trying to come up with, some way of doing it that would actually work and wouldn't just be a bit of a mess.
It's like she doesn't even care about the health of her newborn. How basic.
No more TV on the radio, it's NPR, where she heard the interview when her husband
But that might be the answer.
who had gone EDM. But ever since her wedding, it was hard to stay friends. And his Coed hoodie with the dragonfly, she kept it in her closet as the years went by. Who's cried a night about? Asked Terry Gross.
A girl I knew in Brooklyn, we were once very close.
Well, hipster girl grew up and got her
That sounds so cool. So I think that's the thing. Like, I really enjoy cooking, but I also really enjoy cooking with people. Oh, that is so cool. I like that idea a lot. The squad stream. That's pretty cool. I'd need a squad, Phil. Will you guys be my squad? That sounds ideal.
Are you kidding? Of course I'm not going to let her wear pink. Did you
I think we need to sort something like this out. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Genders are so passe. That's why I'm siding with Blossom on the whole Frozen controversy.
Ah, okay.
Have you seen Blackfish? It is so sad. There is no way we are ever going to have a birthday party at SeaWorld, ever. Do you think the gold iPhone 6...
Need a green screen as well. Oh.
I think.
Okay, something to look into. What's my squad called? Well, I feel like that's totally allowed because I wanted to call, so like my subscribers, I thought I'm going to call you all the Confetti Clan because I feel that's very Scottish. The confettis. That's not hard to say at all. No, the Confetti Clan. I like that because it sounds Scottish. It's easier to say than the confettis. Oh, they're confettes. They're confettes. That's quite cool as well. Again, quite hard to say though. I'm a wee bit lost again. Garlic. Okay, so just a quick recap. I've chopped up some spring onion and some carrot for the fried rice, and then I've chopped up, well, prepped my little beans. I'm just going to do in a kind of sesame, I mean, I don't know if you could really call it a glaze, but yeah, just sort of fry it in some sesame oil if I've got sesame oil, if not just sesame seeds, and have that alongside the sweet and sour with the rice. Confetti crew, pretty good as well. Clan confetti. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because technically, yeah, I think you would say it that way around, but confetti clan just rolls off the tongue a bit better. But yeah, I would be up for that. A few wee cook-alongs, that'd be good fun. There's something nice about cooking with friends. Oh, thank you very much for your follow, Bragspot. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a good Tuesday. Thank you very much for being here with us. Okay, I think I'm gonna have a wee look again at the rice. I really should have put it out on a tray or something, because it's not cooling down very quickly at all. And I'm not quite sure what the difference is between if you just cook it, because I know you're supposed to use cooled rice to make fried rice. I'm not sure if that's going to make a huge amount of difference. I think it just doesn't fry quite as nicely, does it? Or stick together. But we'll see. I might be able to even get like the top bit off and use that. Grabbing an iron brew, no problem, Buff. Quite jealous. Rice. I think KC was pleased with his. It doesn't feel too bad now. Oh, nearly dropped on the floor. That would not have ended well. Right. So here we have our rice. It's still quite warm. Oh well. I'm not going to be able to wait for it, I don't think, because I've got nothing else to do. So I've got nothing else to prep that I can even do while I'm waiting for it to cool down. Or do I? Was there anything else I wanted to make? I don't think there was. Let's make some cupcakes while we're here. See, that's it. I should have just sorted myself out and just put it out on a plate or something right from the start. But you live and you learn. Okay. So the sauce is looking good. I think I might take that off in a minute because I'll need space to do the fried rice and to do the tofu. I'm gonna grab my wok. To do the fried rice in, because someone, I can't remember who it was, someone very kindly reminded me that I actually have a wok. So loud, and that's going to work a lot better than a frying pan. I even have one of these, which I feel is like a shovel. I'm not quite sure where I got it from, and I feel like it's going to be slightly excessive, but I also feel like it's maybe slightly more authentic. So we're going with it. Well, I think I'll get a slightly smaller one, which might be had a slightly smaller wooden one. Oh, there it is. It's huge. I know. It's ridiculous. I mean, I don't know if you can see that, but it's not far off the size of my face. I think I'm going to use the little one. That is massive. Yeah, yes, I'll keep them both out and we'll see. So, for the fried rice, turn these round so you can see this, because it's going to be a bit more interesting, and I don't need that on the plate anymore.
Take it from me, I've learned my lesson. She gave everything, she was such a blessing, but from day to day, she would change her way.
What's your problem?
Give me her love, then she'd take it away.
Very temperamental. Oh, it's not. Oh, my wok's not induction friendly. Well, that's disappointing. I've got another one, but I don't think it's going to be either. I'll empty my drawers. Sorry. Nah, there's no way that's going to work on that. Well, that is sad. That's a whip. It's great. It's a dangerous place to be, my kitchen. Right, okay, I need to get a new wok. That's not nearly as fun. Quite disappointed now. I was looking forward to using my wok with that huge spatula Buddha. Yeah, that's what it was. I was like, why is the hob having a hissy fit? Thinking about an induction diffuser. Is that an induction diffuser? Like a hob? I mean, if that's what you mean, I don't mind it. Like, it's good obviously because I can have it here. Because my hob is not, like, my actual gas hob is up at the other side of the kitchen. So I can't get, like, the cameras in the right place to cook from there. So it works well for this. But if I'm just cooking and not streaming, I would always cook on the gas hob. I mean, it's okay, but yeah, that's one thing that you need to make sure that you actually have induction suitable pans and pots, because they don't work if they're not. Got your iron boot. Oh. I think you should share, Buff. I know you shared with Casey, but I think you should share some more. But does it have aspartame in it? Or did you manage to get the good stuff? I'm pleased with this sauce now though. Looks pretty good. If only I'd thought I could have done prawn crackers. I've got no idea how to make prawn crackers. Hello Chris, how are you today? Happy Tuesday. Nice to see you back again. I hope you're well. Get USB extensions and could run a cable back to the hob. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's it. I think if you needed it, then that would probably work quite well. But yeah, I mean, it works. This works for me fine, but a metal plate that goes on top of the induction, and you put a pan on top of it. Right. Okay. Yeah, I've never seen that. I've never used them or had anything to do with them, so I've got no idea if it works or not. But yeah, I could imagine maybe the heat would have a bit of a problem trying to get through. Oh, that's annoying, but see, I've not seen that one for a while. I mean, obviously I'm not at the shops a lot at the moment anyway, but there was a time where you could get the 1901 one a lot, and then people weren't buying it because they were so furious at Iron Brew anyway, that they ended up putting it on sale for a while. And you can get it. You can get it in the most random places, like garden centres were selling it and stuff. No problem, girl who bakes. Ah, okay. So they must still be available then. I've not seen them for a wee while. But yeah, I have tried those ones because they obviously don't have the sweeteners in. And I do think they taste a little bit different. There's definitely something slightly different about it. Esso's had it. Ah, okay. I don't like giving them my money anymore, but on an occasion I'm like, I really need Iron Brew. Have purple coffee and use it. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't really find I have much of a problem with this, apart from because luckily all of my pots were induction friendly, apart from my wok. So far it's been fine for me. A bag of 50. That'll keep me going for a while. It is good stuff. Right, so this is for my fried rice. So I'm just going to we're frying off the garlic, frying off the carrot a little bit, and then I'm going to add the rice. Yeah, then I'm going to add the rice, and then we're going to add a couple of eggs and kind of scramble them in the middle, and add some soy sauce, and then our green onions. And scranning, that's a good word, scranning. And peanut butter puffs. Is that the ones that look like What's-Its? Or like the cheesy puffs, but they're peanut butter? I'm not a fan of them, if that's what it is. And I'm not gonna explain that one either. Because I like peanut butter as a savoury thing, but not as a sweet thing. Oh, thank you, Chris. Hold on. I meant to check actually if I had any. I do. Yay. That's right. Yeah, you can have my share of peanut puffs. I meant to use this, Chris. Thank you very much for reminding me. Right. Do I want to put it on now? Because I've actually found I've used this before, and I've obviously cooked it too hot, and I've almost kind of burnt it. So I might even just, yeah, I think I might make the fried rice and just put a little bit over the top. Also because I'm going to put a little bit on the beans when I'm cooking them. That would be why then, that would make sense. And it does not taste nice if it's burnt. Like, you can't taste anything else other than this burnt sesame seeds. Yeah, so no, I think I'll leave it at the moment, and then I'll maybe add a little bit at the end, or add some just to the beans. Yeah, and the taste of it burnt is just horrific. What were you for? Of that one. Right. So I'm gonna add in some of my rice now to make a bit of space. Move you out the road. I mean, it feels a bit cooler now. I think we are better. It's gone a bit solid here in the middle. It's possible that I cooked too much and it's just all clumped together. Oh no, rice gone everywhere. Rice everywhere. Has everyone seen these videos about the BBC woman who made the fried rice? And then that guy on YouTube who was like, that is not how you make fried rice. I really enjoy watching these things, but then it always makes me nervous because I'm like, I don't do things properly. Did you fridge the rice? I did, yes. Is that allowed? Yes, but yes, I put the fridge, because I'm fairly sure you're supposed to do it with cold rice or as cool as possible. But is it one of these things that you're supposed to have cool to room temperature and then refrigerate? Or am I okay? Uncle Roger, yes, he's hilarious. I actually watched one of his videos just before I came on here, and he was taking the woman who made the fried rice in the first place, he was taking her through Chinatown. So funny. And she was basically saying how she was vegan and they weren't serving anything that was vegan. It was very good. Very, very funny. Okay, so to that, I think I'm gonna add 2 eggs. And I've just remembered I forgot to put the peas in. I want peas. Is that a sign that I shouldn't add peas? Ah, okay. You're better to use day old rice so that it's dry. Okay. Well, I might even, because I've still got some there, so if I keep that, I could make some more tomorrow, and then it might be even nicer. Right, what do we think? Peas or no peas? Buff. Yeah, I had thought about that, but I was just being lazy. And it's bit me in the bum, so yeah, next time I'll spread it out, but I was just trying to cut corners, and then I realised that actually it wasn't cooling that quickly. But I think it's not, yeah, there's not a lot of heat in it at all now, so, well, there is now because it's in the pan, but the other stuff, so I think we'll be okay. We'll do. Thanks. I know that's it sometimes, you're like, oh, I just want to eat. Okay, peas or no peas? Peas or no peas? I feel like I should have added the peas before I added the rice. I think that's my main issue. You did get to that stage. Peas, right. And are we upset that I've added them after the rice? Nah, let's just add them now. Let's just go for it. I'll take on Uncle Roger if he comes after me. Should be fine, yeah. I reckon so. And then it gets a wee pop of colour, doesn't it? Thank you, girl who bakes. Oh, I need to top up. I'll do that in a wee second. You like raw peas? Is that another one of your random snacks? Just sit and eat. Oh, eat her in. I hope you meant before I did that and you don't want me to pick out all the peas now and make a space. Give me frozen peas. That's unusual, Buff. I've not heard of that before. But I mean, if you enjoy it, then that's up to you. Do you still do that, Buff? Or do you prefer them cooked now? Thank you, girl who bakes. Cheers. He's right off the vine. Like eating frozen corn. Yeah, I've not really eaten frozen corn either. Sugar snaps. I think we're good. I'm not a cockroach. Thank goodness, Eden, or I'd be in trouble. I grew up with my nan would give me. Oh, nay. Okay, that's pretty cool. And I always think veg from the garden tastes different to veg that you get in a bag or at the shop or whatever. So yeah, no, I get that. You wrote a jingle. That sounds like that's going to be the best jingle in the world. With Casey and Uncle Roger. Right, yeah. Once I'm finished, that's the first thing I'm gonna go and do. I think I want it to be a wee bit hotter because it seems a wee bit cool now. And then I'm gonna crack the eggs in the middle. That's a big rice donut. Oh, it looks like a Christmas wreath. How very festive. Come on. Sure, this is the way you do fried rice, isn't it? It's been so long, I'm like, is this how I normally do fried rice? Yeah, that looks good to me. Ah, okay. Well, that's fair enough. And spinach is good for you, so. You've got to love a non-stick pan, eh? Now, I'm tempted to maybe do another one egg. Nah, in fact, I think that'll be okay. See, I love spinach in pasta dishes. I really enjoy adding spinach to basically any pasta that I make. That's how I do the worst Asian. How are you the worst Asian eater then? Well, I'm glad I do it the Eaterin way. That's enough for me. You didn't know what dim sum was. That's the dumpling things, isn't it? I mean, I'm allowed not to know it, but. And you had an American friend explain it to you. Yeah, that must have been an interesting discussion. We've added the egg, and now I'm just going to add in some tamari, which again is gluten-free soy sauce, and tastes, I think, exactly the same. I mean, it's been a while since I've had soy sauce, like the regular stuff. But as far as I can remember, it tastes exactly the same. Oh, Buff, I know you did you miss it? I have a wok, but it's not, oh no. I have a wok, Buff, but it's not induction suitable. And I only realised that now. So I had to make, what other words am I going to use for that? Hold on, I need to put my timer on. I'm just going to stop talking for 5 minutes. Right, yes. So I have a wok, which I got out and everything, and I felt like I was being quite authentic. Can you see that? And I was like, oh, look at me go. And then I realised that the induction was having a hissy fit when I put the wok on it, because apparently the wok is not induction suitable. So I've had to use my big pan for these nice Asian grains. I like that. I was going to say Asian morsels, but Asian grains sounds better. This is so much harder than I thought it was going to be. Yes, so I'm adding tamari to my Asian greens. Oh, thank you very much for your follow, Kojo. It's okay, girl who bakes. I brought this on myself, so it's fine. It's just really, really tricky. I'm guessing this is the husband that Girl Who Bakes is talking about. I know, you need to have a word, Kojo. You really need to have a word. It's fine, it's fine. Asian grass seeds. I think it's furthering my vocabulary, so there's always a positive in everything. It's funny though, for the 5 minutes I just have to not talk about what I'm actually making and just find something else to talk about. Oh, yeah. That's a good fun. Heard of farro? I have heard of it. I am not sure entirely what it is. I definitely know. I know the name, but that's about it. Okay. Well, I'm glad I can bring her some entertainment. That's what this is all about. And she's picking good words. To be fair to her, she's picking good words. It's a grain and supposed to be tasty. Oh, it's not gluten free. That's maybe why I don't know a huge amount about it. Does that mean you've not tried it then, Etrin? And is it like these, is it similar to these Asian grains or is it different? I'm just really glad I'm aware, like I'm able to see when these things come up, because I can imagine if I missed one, that would be me, I'd be stuffed. Is farro the weird grain composite balls? I'll have to, yeah. Right, so you'll need to put this one on yours as well, Girl Who Bakes, and I'll be there later. Trying to find all the different words that you can't use. I'm going to try some of the ancient grains. I'm so confused now. I'm going to try some of the Asian grains to see if I've got enough soy sauce in. That's some good Asian grains. Ancient Asian. Got a small bag of it. It's like pearled barley. Oh, I used to love pearled barley. Again, I can't eat that either. But I used to absolutely love it. Beef whistles. That's harsh. But it's good now. If you're streaming later, I've got a couple hours to have a think about what words I can use. And if you could send me your menu beforehand, so I can prep. That's love. Oh, isn't that nice? Okay, so the Asian grains are finished. The sauce is done. Flour, sugar, salt, yeah. Nice. Okay, I'll definitely come. Well, depending on what time, I'll definitely try and come and watch. Okay. See, that's it. I'll need to sit and watch all of your streams to collect all of the points and then just do them all at once. So there are no words you're allowed to say. Yay! Can you hear the timer? Rice. It's like I need to get it out of my system as soon as the timer goes off. It is a fun game though, to be fair. Okay. And rice is one of the worst things to eat on stream when you've got braces, but right. Rice is done. Sauce is done. So I'm now just going to fry off the tofu and the veg. I'm wondering if I fry it off together. Nah, I don't think I will. What kind of bagels? Yes, what kind of bagels? We're getting a selection of bagels. I made bagels once. gluten-free ones, and they were okay, but again, they were gluten-free. So they could have been a bit fluffier. So I'll definitely try them again and try and make them a wee bit fluffier next time. Ooh, blueberry bagels. That sounds nice. I've not tried blueberry bagels. Hey. Aww. That's quite late. Even to troll you. That's really quite late. Gluten-free one I had once was just dense stodge. No, that's the thing with gluten-free stuff. It's really tricky because you just can't get the fluff into it. So everything does just taste a bit dense. Rice looks good. Thank you, Mink. It does look quite nice, doesn't it? And it tastes good as well, which is always good. So I'm gonna pop that to the side. I'll pop the sauce to the side, and then we'll do the veg and the tofu, and then we can put it all together. It's okay. Nice. Okay, so that's a lot of trolling you'll need to do then, but I wonder if I could even put it on and just have it on while I sleep, so that I can collect points for the next time. That's all dumped up. That's the problem with gluten-free. Can't get that gluten texture either. Yeah, it's really tricky. I mean, there are loads of other things you can use that help to get you a bit closer, but yeah, it's a bit of an adventure. I have to stream earlier so you can draw me soon. Well, yeah, I mean, I think have I caught you twice? Just. But it was very much, I was like, I literally can't stay awake, I'm so tired. But yes, I'll do my best. I always keep an eye out. And if I see you, I will come and troll. Oh, that's sad. Oh well. Yeah, I'll just need to stay up later then, when I can manage. Right, now I've emptied all of my cupboards to get woks and things. I'm gonna pop these out of the road. See, I've just got spilt rice all over the place. Okay. Oh, so looking forward to that fried rice. It smells so good. Go on to later streams for more views. It makes for very little sleep for you. Oh no, that's not good. Yeah, it's tricky to try and find like a balance. I found that as well, because for a while I was doing my streams at 10 AM UK time, which worked for some people in the US because a lot of them were on night shift, which was strange. But it worked for some people, but yeah, it's just trying to see when everybody's about. It's quite tricky. Okay. So, I've got these ready. So now what I'm going to do is, I've not done anything with the tofu. I've literally just chopped it up. So I'm just going to fry it off in some oil because everything else has got so much taste that once we put the sauce on, it'll taste nice anyway. And then I'm going to do a bit of sesame oil and sesame seed and maybe a little bit of ginger with the beans. Let's do a little bit of ginger. I watch a lot of US streamers. Yeah. See, I've found a lot of US because there don't seem to be, well, I haven't found a lot of UK streamers yet. So I find that a lot of the ones that I've started watching are later on. but it just messes up my sleep schedule completely. A combo time slot works. Yeah, for the weekend that seems to be the best way. I mean, this one works well for me because it means that I'm basically making my dinner. So when I'm finished, it's dinner time. So yeah, it works well for me, this one. Most viewers on Twitch are US viewers. Yeah, there also seem to be quite a lot of German. It seems to be quite big in Germany, which I thought was interesting, but I think it's slowly making its way over this way. Me and Buff are clearly just early adopters. We're just that hip. Right, I don't know if I'm going to regret this decision, but I'm making garlic sesame beans now. In my head, it sounds like a really good idea. I think live streaming is the future. Trailblazers, yeah. And that's the thing, like, even if I'm sitting just like in the evening, a lot of the time I would rather watch a live cooking stream than watch TV. I mean, a lot of the times I've got like Netflix programs and stuff that I enjoy, but I do really enjoy watching the live cooking. There's just something nice about it. And obviously I really enjoy doing it, which is good. Okay, so in our first pan, we have just some oil, ginger that I've chopped up finely, and some green beans that I've topped and tailed. That's going to be nice, isn't it? Oh, that's a bit hot. What shall I think? Yeah, it's good fun, and everyone's got good chat, so that's always good. Much better than watching Food Network on TV. Yeah, there's a lot of, I mean, we get Food Network here as well on some, like with some providers. I can't think if we have a food channel. We must do. But yeah, there's food programs on all the time, but there's something nice about the whole live aspect of it. Thank you very much, girl who bakes. Cheers. Sitting here waiting for work right now. I'm gonna do a round of Fall Guys. Ooh, nice. I haven't played Fall Guys, but I really, really want to. Yep, we've got Guy Fieri here as well. He is on, what is it, Diners, Drive-Ins and Dives or something. We get that. I think it's actually on the Food Network here as well. And yes, it's not my favorite. You should stay in the US. You can call me Erica. That's easier. Thank you. I'm sorry, but oh, I would say, oh, that's cool. He's just, I mean, he's obviously good at what he does. He's just quite in your face, I think. Right, I saw someone playing Among Us recently, just the other day. So I downloaded it on my phone and I have no idea how it works. I'm so lost. I'm not a gamer, so I kind of struggle. Like, I'm the type who I'll maybe do like a jigsaw. And that's really as much gaming as you're going to get out of me. But yeah, if someone can explain the rules to me, I'd definitely give it a go. Yeah, it's a very specific, a specific kind of thing that he's going for, and it seems to work for him. So good for him. It's simple. Oh no, simple compared to other. I've got no chance then. Hey, Purple Coffin! Hello! How are you? How was the rest of your stream? I'm sorry I just disappeared, but I ended up not being prepared or ready or anything, so I was in a bit of a guddle when I left. But thank you very much for the raid as always. How are you doing? That's a lot of emotes. Hello, Math Sneaks. How are you? Hello, Luco. How are we doing? Stream was good and sad. Why was it sad? What happened? Did you finish Spirit Fader? The Spirit Fader Field. Ah, okay. I'm glad that. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing though, the music just reminds me of being in a garden centre. And I like being in a garden centre, so I'm okay with it. Aww. That seems a wee bit... I'm not sure I could handle that. I mean, it always seems like a nice game, but I'm not sure I'm stable enough for that. I'm doing well, except Lara quits her streams and oh, did she do it deliberately? Do you feel it's personal? Yeah, so for those of you who've just joined, thank you very much for joining. We're making sweet and sour tofu today. So the tofu is very slowly frying. It seems to have given up a wee bit. We've made the sweet and sour sauce, and we have made the fried rice, and we're making some sesame beans. Rick, how are you? Nice to see you here. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a good Tuesday. You don't like Don't be around the bush or anything, Purple Coffins. That's fair. How did you get that to go like that? That's cool. And thank you very much, Sam, for your follow. That's much appreciated. It's nice to have you here. No worries, Buff. Have a good luck. Enjoy the rest of your Iron Brew. I just woke up. Oh, nice. Well, I'm glad I can hopefully make you hungry first thing in the morning. Because that's just what you want when you wake up. Oh. So yeah, so we're having a good stream so far. We had quite a big discussion about the difference between muffins and cupcakes. So if anyone is aware of a huge difference or would be offended if we use the wrong word for one of them between muffins and cupcakes, do let me know. So I've not done anything exciting with the tofu. I did mean to marinate it in a little bit of the sauce, but I got too excited and added the corn flour before I took any out for the tofu. So that idea went out the window. So I'm just frying it off because the sauce is quite tasty, the rice is tasty, and the beans are tasty. So I reckon there should be enough flavour in it. This is quite good fun. Flipping the wee bits of tofu around. Yeah, I don't think you took that one too well. Okay, I'm just going to turn the heat up and try and get these to move along a wee bit. Because the beans are doing nothing. Everybody's chilled out a bit too much. I think that it's... I can't get anything cooked now. Oh, hold on, I still need that. I've not used that yet. And what's everybody up to the rest of their Tuesday? You got much planned for the day if you're just waking up, or is it evening time where you are? We've actually got a really nice day today. I don't quite know what's going on with the weather, but it's sunny, it's warm, really warm, like almost uncomfortably warm. So I feel like by the time you get to September, you're kind of thinking, oh, jumpers, hot chocolate, blankets, all that kind of stuff. Not today. It's really quite uncomfortable today. I mean, I shouldn't complain because it doesn't happen very often, but I think it's just the surprise that I'm not great with. So my idea for the tofu is I just want to get a little bit of colour on it so that it, because then you can see it's almost kind of crispy. It's crispier than it was. And then that'll go nicely with the sauce. I think we're about there with these. And then I can bring over the sauce and the rice and just heat it up again quickly before I plate it all up. There we go, we're getting a bit more colour on it now. That's what we want. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm sure she was only kidding. We're getting a bit of colour, a wee bit too much colour on the beans. Right, sesame seeds. So I'm going to turn that down because I don't want the sesame oil to burn. Some sesame seeds on there. I might actually just put that off. Okay. Oh, I'm really looking forward to this now. I just saw my fried rice again. It sounds a bit like it, to be honest, but I didn't want to say anything, but yeah, you've definitely got that chat down. Yeah, I don't want that to cook anymore because of the sesame oil, so it's going in a wee bowl. Wow, I really have made a mess today. Okay, so sesame veg is done. Sorry, but how good does this like rice look? Yum. So I'm going to stick it back on just for a wee second just to get a bit more heat through it again. Yeah, I think it was okay just to do 2 eggs. I feel like that's enough. Let's have a quick look at this. I would say that looks good. I'm getting flashbacks. Yeah. That was an interesting time. Yay! Rid of the tofu. I have literally used every pot and pan that I own today, apart from the wok. Because apparently, my wok is not induction suitable. So that's great. Thank you, Eaterin. I feel like it was a bit of a team effort again today. If I knew how to do a poll, I would have done a poll, but we did a bit of a survey and peas were the winner. So we've got peas in the fried rice, eggs, carrots, spring onion, and some garlic. You've got a doctor's appointment. Oh, I hope all is okay, Eaterin, and I hope your doctor's appointment goes well. Have I forgotten anything? I always get to this stage and think, oh, I meant to do that, oh, I meant to do that. I think I have everything. We were talking about that purple coffin. So it's something that you add on to the induction hob so that you can use other bits. Is that right? Is it going to be cheaper than me buying an induction suitable hob? Because that's going to be my main thing. I think everything else I own is induction suitable, kind of by accident, because I normally cook on gas. But yeah, a lucky coincidence that it's all okay. It was just the wok when I brought it out to use. The hob started having a hissy fit. Let the cat in. Yep, and probably okay. I'll need to have a wee look at that then. That might be a good idea. Okay, I'm going to start plating now, I think. And I think I'm going to try and be a bit fancy. Yeah, that's what I was wondering, because everything else I'm okay with. It is literally just my wok. And I don't really use my wok that often. Cat cam. That was lucky, Jennifer, because the cat just came in. So if I can grab her. Just run away. Come here. Look. So we can only do one cat at the moment because I have no idea where the other cat is. But can you see her? Hello. Oh, I think you even got a wee meow there. So that's Isla. Isn't she cute? Aww. And she now thinks she's getting fed because I've got a packet of food in my hand. She's so cute. It bounces in there. Worth it. Good. I am glad. Right, now I'm going to have to stop and feed them because that's just harsh if I don't. So give me 1 second. No, I know, they're so cute. She's so cute. But she decided there that she couldn't work out how to open the cat flap. So she just stood and battered it until I opened it for her. Which is really helpful. I will be with you in 1 second. Yeah, priorities, priorities. You can see who runs the house here. All about the cats. Hello, come on in. Aww. I was wondering whether that might be my next lot of emotes. I do a wee cat one. Oh, hold on. Because yeah, I definitely am a bit of a cat lady. But I'm okay with that. I'm such a robot. Well, but then Etern, I feel like you can get away with whatever you like because you've got that drop game, which is the best thing I've ever seen. It's so good. Right, I'm gonna try and be a wee bit fancy. So let's get rid of this. That game is so good. Yeah. If anyone doesn't follow Etern or hasn't seen his game, please go over and follow him. And the next time he's on, we can all just sit and play the drop game because it's so much fun. Okay. Let's be fancy. Put all of these off. Yes, I love that drop game. It's so clever. Like, it's so easy, but it's so simple. It's probably not easy to do, but it's so simple, but it's so effective. I'm wondering how best to do this. Because my thing is, I want to do a little bowl of rice. Will that work in here? It's all about the pictures. It has to look good. I do enjoy this camera view where it's just, you can just see my head. Oh, decisions. Nah, I'm gonna put it on a plate. I've decided. So, I'm gonna try and be a bit fancy here. And, oh no, that was far too much. And do a wee rice mound. The only drop game I'm aware of involves cookie dough and a wax sheet of paper. After a few hours in the refrigerator. What kind of drop's that? I think I've missed something. It sounds like a good game though. Ah, drop cookies. I have heard of them, but I wouldn't have been able to tell you that's what it was. I think is that quite an American thing? A drop cookie? Right, is this gonna work? Or is it just gonna be a mess? I've got a feeling this isn't gonna work. I think I've pressed it in too hard. Let's see. Americans call any kind of cookie that you just drop the dough onto the sheet. Ah, thank you, purple coffins. So most times, this is basically just a cookie. Is it worked? Has it worked? Has it worked? Has it worked? Yay, kind of. Oh, I didn't even show you. Oh, I'm sorry. It kind of worked. All of that, and I didn't even show you. And then I should have like tidied it up before I actually turned the camera around. Isn't that nice? A wee mound of rice. Oh, there it is. It's all here. Hold on. A recipe that involves oatmeal, bananas, and chocolate chips. Ooh. Okay, yeah, that sounds delicious. I do like a good cookie. There's something very satisfying about a cookie when you can just put like a little dollop on the baking sheet and then you can watch it like melt out. Yum. Really get. So obviously if you wanted, you could add some chopped up pineapple, especially since we used a can of pineapple for the sweet and sour sauce. You could add some chopped up pineapple. I'm not a fan. I don't like it. Like I would sit and pick the pineapple out if you get that at the Chinese. So I'm quite happy just using the sauce. Looks so good. Thank you. Erica, I'll need to remember that. It's so funny that we all have actual names and not just like our Twitch name. So so this sauce looks slightly different to how you would normally expect it. Purely because it normally has food colouring in it. So this is like a healthy, authentic way of doing it, I feel. Well, it's probably authentic to put the food colouring in it, but Oh, thank you, Matt Snicks, and thank you, Turin. I much appreciate that. That's quite nice looking, isn't it? Right, that's the thing. What do they say? Eat with your eyes. I'm gonna take a few photos, and I'm quite excited about this. It looks pretty tasty. Pineapple fried rice. I don't. That sounds a bit weird. I don't know. I don't think I would like that, Etern. I think that's too much. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Have you tried it? Is it nice? And do you fry the pineapple as well, or is it just like chunks of pineapple? Ah, yeah, that's a bit of a giveaway then. But yeah, I mean, that's it. I've got my name on all of my social medias and stuff anyway, so. My eyes aren't hungry, my stomach is. That's a good point. And my stomach is very hungry. Mox. Thank you. Are you German then, Mox? Because if not, that's an unusual username for somebody that's not German. My name is kind of specific. I want to share, but not sure yet. Well, that's it. It's entirely up to yourself. But I'm intrigued now. That sounds really cool. But yeah, it's a very personal thing. So if you want to keep that to yourself, Etern, then that's absolutely fine. Right, I think I've got enough pictures now. So I'm just gonna have to try a bit because I'm so hungry. I had to ruin my little mound. That's sad. I'm intrigued with this sauce. That sauce is good. That's why I wondered, Mox, because I speak German. That's why I was like, oh, that's quite cool. So where did you get the name from then if you're not German? Do you just like the sound of it? Thank you, Luco. And I can confirm it is yummy. The sweet and sour sauce is nice because I find sometimes the sweet and sour sauce that you get in, like if you get it from the Chinese takeaway, I find sometimes it tastes quite artificial. And really, really like overly sweet, but this is quite nice and sour. I did add a little bit more vinegar than the recipe said, just because it was a bit too sweet for me. But that's also a good thing about making it yourself, because then you can say, well, I prefer a bit sweet, I prefer a bit more sour, so you can just adapt it. Fried chunks of pineapple with fried rice. I mean, that sounds pretty fancy, Etern, but I don't know how I feel about that. If you made it for me, I would eat it. I would give it a good bash. Come out of my lurk today. Thank you, Buff, and thank you for sneaking out of your lurk and going back in. That is appreciated. Yes, me too. And it's so tasty, fried rice. Like, it is so simple, especially if you've already got leftover rice from something, and you can just add a few different bits and pieces. But good. I could quite happily just eat a plate of fried rice. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Oh, that's cool. So you've got a few different languages under your belt then. I think anyway. Ah, yeah. That's it. For Chef Jack, it's got a name on it as well, then it's quite difficult to be anonymous. Yeah, that's why I was thinking it can be a bit too much, like with this sauce. So this sauce was a cup of pineapple juice, 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, 1/3 of a cup rice vinegar, 3 tablespoons ketchup, 2 tablespoons of tamari, and then some cornstarch and water to thicken it up. And I added a tiny bit more vinegar. But yeah, it's quite sweet, and there's quite a lot of sugar in it as well. But I mean, you don't need a lot of it, I think, as well, because it is quite a strong flavour and it's quite sweet. I I'd probably get 4 portions, 3 portions out of that. So I would say that's not too bad. So I think now it's time for me to go and enjoy this. I'm very excited. Let me just put you back over here. You'll see that. I need to remember I've changed my layout a wee bit, that I need to watch where I'm putting things. But yes, thank you all for being here again. I had a lovely time. I'm quite pleased with what I managed to make, so that's always good. I hope you all have a good Tuesday, whatever time it is, whatever you've got planned for the rest of the day. Thank you very much, Jennifer. I am back again tomorrow evening. Can't remember what I'm making. It's on my Discord. I will know by the time it comes to tomorrow, but I'm not sure what it was that I'd put in. I can't remember. It'll be something nice, hopefully, anyway. Oh, thank you very much, Erica. I love having you here, even if you do troll me a wee bit, but it's good fun. And I will get you back eventually. Right, so we'll need to find someone to raid. Let me see who's on.